Hi, this is Kelly with 100.3 KISS FM, and I am here today at High Point Clinical Trials. And if you've listened on air, you've heard every single hour there's $1,000 that you could win to pay off those bills. And thanks to High Point Clinical Trials, they are giving you the chance to win that $1,000. So I am here with Clay today at High Point Clinical Trials, and I wanted to show you guys a little bit more about High Point Clinical Trials. So Clay, could you tell our listeners a little bit more about you guys and what you do and your research team here?
Sure. My name is Clay Dean. I'm the Vice President of Clinical Pharmacology at High Point Clinical Trials. I oversee all of the research that we do here, and really wanted to talk today to the listeners to raise the awareness about clinical trials. It's a really important contribution to be made to society. We're looking for volunteers to participate in the trials that we do because all of the medicines and medical devices that are on the market require the process that we go through here, this testing that we do here. Otherwise, there would be no medicines available for all of the diseases and conditions that need to be treated. So I think that there's a bit of a stigma about clinical research where people feel like they're being made into a lab rat or a guinea pig, and that's not the case at all. The top priority in any research study is the safety of the participants, so that takes priority over everything else. So the trials that we do and the findings that we're looking for, none of that is more important than the safety of the person who's participating in the trial. So if there's anything bad that begins to happen in the trial, we would stop. We would either stop that participant if it's just one person who's having a bad experience, or possibly the whole trial. We're here to help people, not hurt people, for sure. So we're looking for volunteers for all sorts of trials. The clinical research that we do is early phase clinical research. So we test medications for all different types of conditions, from diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, gout. We currently have a gout study running. And sometimes we test that in the actual patients that have that condition, and sometimes it's tested in normal, healthy, what we call volunteers. And the trial participants that we're looking for, they are volunteers. They come in voluntarily, and they can stop anytime that they like in the trial. If it's inconvenient for them, if they don't like what's happening in the trial, they have that ability to stop their participation whenever they like. And even though we call them volunteers, they are paid research opportunities, so there is an opportunity to be compensated for that participation. We currently have trials that are paying as much as $4,000 or $5,000 for the participation in those studies.
Wow, yeah. Okay, so that's really great, and they're kind of, the volunteers and study participants are very important. They're kind of even seen as a hero because they're volunteering their time. They're coming in here, and would you kind of go over maybe, if a listener is interested in doing this, kind of the step-by-step, like they come in here and what's the first thing that they hear about? Do you go through the whole process with them first?
Sure. So there's a procedure that we go through called an informed consent. So there's a document that we provide them to read about the study, and then we go over that document with them. And that document is reviewed by an organization called an IRB that makes sure that it has enough information for them to make a decision about whether they want to participate or not.
Okay.
So it covers any benefits, if there are any, and very often there's not, other than the altruism or helping other people. And it is very much a heroic altruistic participation that they are contributing to any risks that are associated with the study, the known risks and even the unknown risks, what those may potentially be. So there's a very transparent sharing of information before they even decide to participate in the study.
Okay.
If they do decide to participate in the study, they would sign that document and begin a screening process. So the screening process is a battery of tests that is intended to make sure that this trial is appropriate for them. That one, we can, if they do participate, that we can observe the results that we need to see if the drug should be on the market, and two, if it's safe for them to be in the study. So once we do all of that lab work and we find out if they do qualify to participate in the study, then they would go into the on-study visits and actually be having the procedures done with the new medication or the new device to see whether that new agent is something that's beneficial to the patient populations.
Okay. And what, when a participant comes in here, there's different amount of days, right, for each study. So, I have toured this building. It is a state-of-the-art facility, beautiful building. And immediately when I walked in, staff is so friendly. I feel comfortable here. What else do you have if people do end up staying for a long study? Like, what are some of the, amenities that you have here for them?
Yeah, so every study is different. Some studies don't require any in-house confinement or overnight stays in our facility, and some have many overnight stays in our facility. When people are in the facility, we provide all of their meals, we provide the clothes that they wear, we provide scrubs, so they don't need to bring a lot with them. But we do have entertainment available to them, so we have Wi-Fi that's available to the participants. They can bring their devices if they want to watch movies or be on the internet, all of that for sure. And that's what we find that a lot of the participants do. But we have a couple of large rec room areas. We have a pool table and ping pong, TVs, all of that sort of thing. If people are in the unit for many nights in a row, we'll provide some movie nights and
that sounds fun.
if it's allowed on the study, popcorn and entertainment.
Okay.
We're in an industrial park, but we're fortunate to have a very nice facility outdoors, a park around a lake, and we'll, if we're allowed, we'll take them out for walks around the lake and a chance to be outside and
so
reduce that cabin fever a little bit for sure. Yeah,
nice.
We'll bring in games, or we'll even have the staff sit in color with them. I've brought in blocks of Legos and built Lego men with the participants. Anything to keep them entertained.
Okay,
for sure.
So not so bad, not so scary.
Yeah.
So it's really great talking to you. And also, you have a website where our listeners can go on? It's highpointctc.com. Phone number 855-687-4257. And again, they have so many different studies you can participate in. Compensation is available. You just need to give them a call or visit their website. And also make sure you listen to 100.3 KISS FM for your chance to score that $1,000.